Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, we're here continuing the journey of Ben 10. This is Ben 10 Season 3, Episode 10, titled The Unnaturals. I want to thank two people on my Discord who let me know the actual correct order for these last 4 episodes of Ben 10 Season 3, because the way HBO Max had set it up was incorrect. So the order I'm going to be watching for the last 4 episodes of Ben 10 Season 3, and then I'll verify everything for Season 4 before we start Season 4 of Ben 10, is The Unnaturals now. Next is The Visitor, then The Return, and finally Be Afraid of the Dark. And that is the order apparently I need to watch these last 4 episodes in, because HBO Max had it switched up. The Visitor, I believe, was the last episode for Season 3 of Ben 10 on HBO Max. And I was told if you watch it in that order in terms of HBO Max's airing order, or like the order they have in, if you watch it like that, it's going to be incorrect. So thankfully, I know the correct way now. So yeah, last episode was pretty insane for a number of different reasons, and they incorporated the lightning. The purple lightning was in the mix with this mummy and this ancient or old type mineral that it was looking for, and everything kind of came to a head in an ice cream factory. And people were in the comments freaking out saying, "Holy crap, it's happening!" I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm excited. I don't know, but I'm excited because it's tying into the werewolf. And then there's the mummy, and then people are saying, so what does that normally, you know, all this stuff, like, how does it kind of tie into something else? I'm like, I got a theory, but I don't know. I'm thinking, like, other monsters, like Frankenstein, Dracula, I don't know. That's my only thinking, right? And the purple lightning apparently is very significant. So I'm curious to see kind of all of this unfold to, I'm guessing it's in the next batch of episodes for Season 3. I have no idea. But regardless, I'm loving the show. I really am loving the show. People keep asking me, and I appreciate it, guys, if I'm going to be continuing the sequel series after Ben 10 is over. And I'm leaning towards possibly I am, but we'll see what happens, because there's other shows out there that people want me to check out and that I do want to check out at some point. I'm trying to find the time to cover as much as I can without overdoing it and basically burning myself out. So anyways, let's just focus on the here and now. Season 3, Episode 10, The Unnaturals of Ben 10. I'm excited to get in this episode, guys. Let's go.
No way! This game
It's rigged.
got to be rigged.
It is rigged.
You totally nailed Ben Franklin.
You win some, you lose some. Now come on.
That's true. You win some, you lose some. Time to go hero. Uh-oh. That was close. Go. Hero time.
Accelerated, anything to say about it? Oh, man!
Mess with the trucks. Okay, interior. There you go. Careful. Jesus, Ben. Oh my god, he's gonna figure it out, isn't he?
How'd you get it? Let's just say
He used hero time to figure it out.
You used gray matter? I was supposed to be on that team. Yeah. If only you could hit or throw or run.
Go in, you're terrible.
Or catch. What's with all
That's
the
some,
security?
yeah, that's some heavy duty security.
Big baseball fan.
There's a cannon. I'm gonna go say hi.
Okay, go say hi, Ben.
Wedgie Tennyson.
Wait, are those the bullies from the first episode?
Hiding out from us until
Is it?
school started, shrimp.
How'd you two guys make the team anyway?
You could have said jerks.
100% pure.
The score in our last game was 28-3. The next one won't be that close.
We'll be like, what, 28-0? Synchronized throwing of the ball. Wait, where the two other guys come from?
Good luck, cannons.
Cannons. Whoa.
All clear.
All clear. All clear. All clear!
Play ball.
Play ball! Well, let's do it. Let's see what happens here. What the fu- Wait a minute. Wait, why'd that explode?
Slugging percentage 986. No one in history, not the majors, minors, college, or Little League, has ever been this perfect.
They actually let him hit. Oh! He's messing. He's messing. Oh, Ben, you're an ass. Oh my god. Yeah, the ball has mind of its own. Yeah.
Who rules? Let me tell ya.
Yeah, you guys didn't win fairly, though.
Man, Sir Catch-a-lot.
Oh, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, okay, what?
You guys need to back off those new energy drinks.
Energy drinks. Make it punch himself.
Accelerate. Ben should
Yeah.
know better. You
Well,
don't cheat in baseball.
well, apparently they were cheating, because something's up with those other players.
The Squires have the same names as a bunch of old-time players. And there's no proof these kids even exist. No report cards.
Aliens.
Why would a coach be checking on the Secret Service instead of his own team before a game?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, this doesn't look kind of freaky at all. What in the hell? Oh, are they gonna turn them or do something to them?
I just had the weirdest dreams.
It's still going.
Kidnapped by the Squires.
Yeah, still happening.
This would be so cool.
If it was, yeah, if it wasn't happening right now, it'd be cool, like a cool movie, right?
Dispose of the originals.
Dispose of the actual humans. Okay.
Spy while you're at it.
Oh. Wow. My God.
Was that Tennyson?
No. There you go. That's a good choice. Good option. Yep. Oh. I remember these are not the real ones. That showed right away.
Just me?
Yeah. Like a gun.
These guys take their baseball way too seriously.
Yeah, that's something else is going on.
Away. It's over. I can take them. They're not our problem. That is. It's going to
That is. Yeah, exactly. Yeehaw! There you go. Now the door's open. There's so many of them. How many more? Jesus!
Oh, Hardy Har. You missed all the action is?
He was the action!
If they could switch out those kids for robots.
They're gonna... That's why... It makes sense how the president's gonna be there.
9 innings, and our plan shall be complete.
What's the plan exactly with the president? Oh, Jesus! Exactly. They're not gonna let you hit once. Calculating. Exactly. Strike 2. Is he actually gonna hit it this time? He actually is. Okay, good job. They actually missed.
You are safe, right?
Safe. Revealing yourself out in the public now. Yep. The president's like, interesting. Now they take him. No, he should have went right away. They just happened to miss the president, but everybody else. Oh my God. This is crazy. Exactly. Oh. It's a lot of power. Jesus. Figure it out. Oh. Ooh. There you go. Explosion, of course. Explosion.
Where'd that creature go? I wanted to thank him for his bravery.
Don't worry about it.
I'll give him the message, sir.
I'll give the message.
Grandpa?
There you go. Explosion again, right? Kaboom! Oh my God.
Oh, I know some things about courage.
Do you? Uh-oh.
Again.
Our entire operation is a failure by the crest of the Forever Knights.
What? What?
Their very lives.
What was that ending? Because I was going to say before that ending showed up, I'm like, was this directed or inspired by Michael Bay? All the damn explosions? But, my God. The Forever Knights? Seriously? They were tied in with these freaking robots? Okay. Wow. that really changes my perspective a little bit of this episode, because at first I thought it was a really cool concept in terms of like these robots who are using Little League baseball to get to the president who goes and supports, and they knew that, so it was a pretty interesting concept, pretty cool concept, and I was like, this is a really interesting episode, but hey, it's fun, and then that changes things. At least in my mind it does, because they've been around since the first season, if I remember, yeah, the first season, and we haven't seen them much, but they popped up from time to time, and it seems like they're now an inner thread within the storylines where they could potentially be like, you know, attached to something, or there's more going on behind the scenes than we're unaware of, you know, like the whole thing last week about the mummy, and there's the purple lightning, it ties into the werewolf earlier, and people are saying there's the connection, it's happening. I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but okay. Now we have them being involved with the robots essentially because they showed up after the failure. Because I was wondering, I'm like, so these are some sort of aliens? No, they're robots. So the whole concept, before we even see the fact that they're tied in with the Forever Knights, the concept of robots who can basically scan a person's body or essentially create something and or create a version of somebody as a robotic form, and they're going to Little League and perfecting their games to get to the major, like, you know, plays to where the president's going to show up to support, and their whole goal is to get to the president, which they already had a version of the president as a robot. Thankfully, Ben destroyed it, but they already had that in place, and they were taking over shit, like taking over the fucking United States. All right. That was their goal, and using baseball to get it. Because traditionally, when you think of a evil entity or something to that effect, in case robots here want to take over the White House or to take over the planet or something to that effect, there's just some sort of onslaught or some sort of attack, right? There is no route of going through Little League baseball. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit off the beaten path, but they made it work. It was definitely interesting, and of course, the team that, of course, gets them to go to the games in the first place is the team back home where Ben could have been in. But Gwen's like, well, you can't play, you can't catch, you can't hit, you can't do all these things, so how would you possibly get in the team? There's the two bullies, and I believe they were from the first episode of the show, the very first episode. Those bullies are on the team, and of course, they're the ones singled out amongst the team after Ben actually gets them to win, and the robots lose, and because Ben goes, of course, accelerate and moves the ball all around and stuff, and it was really interesting, and I was like, this is, like, the whole idea of him messing with the game like that is cheating. But it was interesting because literally he just kept moving it around, and the robots are like, what the hell's going on? Like, they have blank expressions because they have no emotion. So they're like, how the fuck are we missing? But they're like questioning everything, because as we saw when Ben was actually hitting the ball and actually up to bat, we saw in the eyes, for the most part, you saw where the glowing and stuff, like where it was calculating like what throw to use so that Ben could not hit the ball. So they're probably thinking, okay, how in the hell are we missing the ball this much? And of course he wins. So of course the bullies are singled out from the robots and taken to this random factory. I'm guessing it's just a walk away from the field. I have no idea. But they had all these robots and things, and they were scanning their bodies and create robotic versions. And of course Ben's there, and they knew the whole time that Ben was eavesdropping, which I think was interesting because, as we know, whenever like Ben or even with another show, when they're eavesdropping or sneaking into places, a lot of times they're unaware that they're being listened to, like the evil people or whatever is being followed. But he knew, the coach, he knew that there was what did he say? Spy? Regardless, them throwing those baseballs at Ben and busting holes through the metal walls and then throwing those baseball bats, and they're slamming into the ground at a very hard and aggressive like manner, like just breaking on impact. It was insane. Like, these guys are strong as hell. So of course he goes, is it Diamondback or Diamond Head? Either or, Diamond. I know that one. I see the names. It's not working. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Apologies. But he goes that one, which was pretty smart. Because when he first goes, giant diamond just shoot out. That was really cool. And then he goes and starts destroying all the robots and shit. And it was really cool to see that. And of course, the robotic version of the bullies, he slams and their heads butts. I'm like, well, we know, context-wise, we know that's not the actual them, but they make sure to show you that that's not them because the heads bust in the electric circuitry. The one bully's like, hey, did that alien, did he smile when he busted us together? Yes, he did. It was a really cool sequence. And he found rope and did a little bit of rodeo, grabbed all those robots and slammed the door open so all of them could get out because the coach shut the door on them, and that thing was and this device or whatever, the circuitry or whatever, is going to explode. This was one of the many explosions in the episode. Like I was mentioning before, was this inspired by Michael Bay, because there's so many explosions. But it was interesting. It was fun. Like, hey, this show has had explosions in the past, so realistically, it's not really like out of the realm, but it just felt like there's a lot of explosions, and that one was massive. And then, of course, we get to the main game. Ben sneaks in, and then he just turns into forearms to reveal, oh, by the way, this team here, who's been pretty much perfect the whole entire time up to this point, is robots. Because the way that one landed upside down, twisted its head, then turned immediately, like, yeah. The president is in this episode, and all the Secret Service, except for him, all the Secret Service around him gets electrocuted. And here comes Max, like, swinging on a rope, just firing a gun, and here comes Gwen, and then, did I say Max? Yeah, Grandpa Max, sorry, I was hoping I wasn't getting that wrong. I hate when I screw up names and I'm in the middle of something, I'm like, that was the wrong name, so thankfully I made sure to catch that just to verify. So Grandpa Max flies in, here comes Gwen, and they escort him, and he just follows. He's like, all right. He just follows the fact that, hey, you shot down these robots and shit, I'll just follow you. Where did those Secret Service go? Like, they just disappeared. They were right there. I have no idea. So we go through all that, and then here comes the robotic president, and of course Ben destroys. He's like, oh, make sure that's the robot version. Yeah, you're fine. Because imagine if he actually crushed the real president. That'd be terrible. But thankfully he did not. And of course Ben saves the day, and even Ben as himself saves the day, because that robot that was the coach, he was still alive, and then Ben pushes the president, Gwen and Max, out of the way and stabs it. And then, since he was under the name of the bully, that was just in his underwear in the RV, which is okay, he was the one who was getting the credit for saving the president. And of course, Ben went back and accelerate. And I was thinking that was going to be the end of the episode. No. Because here comes the Forever Knights to tie it all in, and the Tennysons and all. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. It was a nice reveal, because I was thinking, the robots, so are they robot aliens? Right? Because, traditionally with this show, whenever there's some sort of mystery or something going on, it's tied into aliens. But in this case, no, it's actually tied into freaking robots. Robots are the cause of it. And so we know what was tying them in. What was their goal? Did they know the Tennysons were going to show up and prevail their plans? What was their plan when they got a robot president in the White House? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. This was good, though. This was good. It's interesting, too. I was like, I don't know where we're going with this episode, because once we were in the fairgrounds, because once everything happened in the episode, I started to forget about the fair opening sequence. Of course, that game was rigged when he threw the ball, and it all the Ben Franklins. And then he was going to go accelerate, and then he went a gray matter, because they were trying to steal the Liberty Bell. I think that was the Liberty Bell they were trying to steal. And gray matter goes in and messes with the circuitry within the vehicle. I'm like, you got to be careful, Ben. And thankfully, when it slams to a pole, he just flies out, thankfully, because that could have been some really serious damage to him. And then he figures out the jelly bean count. It gets that free music player. All right. Guess I can't say iPod or whatever. So I'm thinking, because iPod would have been at its height in terms of popularity back when this show was coming out. And then other competitors were starting to come out as well, I think around that time. So I don't know why. I guess copyright, probably what it is. Probably didn't want to pay the licensing to say the word iPod, so they had to come up with something. There was a ton of MP3 players, I think, around that time as well. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that there was something in this world. I bet there was iPods in the world of Ben 10. They just that was the thing that was the prize, right? But overall, I enjoyed the episode. I like the fact that it went into a weird direction. But hey, this show proves that when it goes weird or out of the norm or off the beaten path, it freaking works. So I'm not complaining too much. So anyways, guys, that's the video. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode of Ben 10. I'm curious to know your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you have, guys, please let me know in the comments below. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.